The opinions expressed in this video are my own and do not necessarily reflect those of my employers, friends, family, or other relations, living or dead. Hi, my name is Matt Kilman, and I'm a gamer. I'm really excited by some of the titles coming out this fall. Foremost among them is EA DICE's Mirror's Edge. It's a first-person action-adventure title that eschews the genre's usual focus on combat in favor of parkour or free-running. Of course, as with any multi-platform title released recently for both Microsoft's Xbox 360 and Sony's PlayStation 3 consoles, there's been a lot of controversy over supposed graphical differences between the two versions. I'm going to take a quick look today, comparing some HD footage from both platforms from the recently released demo. So let's jump right in. You'll notice right off the bat that there are some slight rate differences and perhaps field of view differences in this intro to the first level. Another thing that becomes apparent is some slight differences in terms of gain and bias in the HDRI rendering. The Xbox reflections and overall image bias appear to be brighter. However, overall, the two images are extremely comparable. In fact, I think if you viewed one and then the other, you'd be hard-pressed to identify any individual differences between the two. And now that that's out of the way, let's take a look at some still frames from both. Probably the biggest differences that you can notice in still frame comparisons are those related to shading on the character herself. The shading on Faith's limbs, when they're visible on screen, on the PS3 seems to be, well, present. You'll notice here, the arms appear less rounded and flatter on the Xbox version. In addition, there seem to be some lighting bugs of sorts. As we vault off the billboard here, on the PS3, you can see the arm matches the relative tone of the billboard behind it, whereas on the Xbox 360, it appears strangely dark and shiny. Let's take a look at the ending of the first level in the demo.
Hey, throw me the bags!
The most dramatic thing here is the vast difference in FOV between the two platforms. I'm not sure why this is, but it is apparent. In terms of everything else, we're basically seeing the same things that we saw before. Slightly different reflection bias, darker reflections in general, and a slightly more muted image on the PS3. Whether that's more realistic or not is, well, it's a matter of opinion. I think the most important thing to note here is that the differences between the two platforms are very minor. I'd be hard-pressed to identify any of these if I wasn't going through these videos frame by frame and comparing side by side. Certainly, the differences between the platforms are not enough to justify boycotting the title, or a platform. Obviously, with the final game not shipping until next Tuesday, we can't make any final comparisons, but based on the demo, it seems that the PS3 has a very slight graphical edge in certain situations. The fact remains, Mirror's Edge is a fast-paced, fun game with an extremely distinct visual style, excellent sound design, and engaging gameplay mechanics. Any gamer should be excited to have this on their platform of choice. EA needs to be encouraged by gamers to continue putting out titles that represent the kind of innovation that we're seeing in Mirror's Edge. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.